Hi my couples, and welcome back to my channel where I share wedding tips with you every week on how to plan your wedding. So today we're going to be talking about how to pick your wedding dress. And you want to do this about 8 to 10 months before the actual wedding. And the reason is because the wedding dress takes about 7 to 8 months after you've placed your order for it to come in. 80% of wedding dresses do come in from overseas, so you want to make sure that you're giving yourself enough time for the wedding dress to actually come in and for you to have the fittings before the wedding to make sure that it fits like a glove the day of. That all rhymes. Do your research. Go online, look at different styles, discover designers, especially if you don't have one in mind. There's tons of different wedding dress designers out there. There's thousands. So you can cheat a little bit if you want. I always recommend to someone who has no idea about this industry to go on things like YouTube and, just look up wedding fashion shows and you can see wedding dress designers, their new lines. You can look at the different styles and kind of get an idea for what you want. The next thing I'm going to talk about is always going back to basically the two questions that I always ask you. Who are you as a couple? One. So who are you as a bride that'll be wearing a dress? And the other one is budget. So who is going to be paying for the wedding dress? Again, making sure that you know your budget before you're walking into this. Knowing your budget can help you eliminate dresses, honestly. So if you're looking at a dress and it's out of your budget, bam, it eliminates that dress right away. So you're not looking, again, there are thousands of designers, there's thousands of dresses out there. So again, helping you eliminate things ahead of time really does help. If you are not ready to purchase though, I recommend not going to a wedding shop just yet. This is a business transaction. These consultants are there to, sell you a dress. So you don't want to waste their time. It's okay if you go into a shop and you really don't find something that you're looking for, but just to go in knowing that you're not going to buy anything, not a good idea. Because what if you do find your dress and then you don't have the money to pay for it? So again, making sure that you're ready to buy when you are walking into this shop. I recommend setting about 2 to 3 appointments with Bridal Shop, so when you are looking for dresses, because again, just going back to what I just said, you might not find the dress that you're looking for at your first shop. So making an experience out of this, you definitely want to bring your mom and maybe your fiance's mom as well if you want input. I do not recommend though bringing a whole slew of people. If you've ever, I'm sure you guys are watching Say Yes to the Dress at this point, and you see the bride that walks in and she just has like 12 people on the couch. You do not need that many opinions. It just gets very time consuming because everyone has to sit there and give their opinion, but also it can become very frustrating for you as the person who's trying on all of these dresses. You might walk out and you might love the dress that you're in, and then that one person at the end of the couch who gives a negative feedback can kind of kill the whole thing. So I recommend just kind of keeping it close, maybe just you, your mom, if you want your fiance's mom there as well, and maybe like your maid of honor or your person of honor. Again, keeping it to just a few, input and opinions. Also, when you're going into the shop, there's the vision and then there's reality. So one, make sure that you are comfortable in the dress that you are selecting. Something that you saw on Pinterest or, on, like I just said, the runway shows that you can watch on YouTube. It looks great on the model, but once you are in it, let's be realistic, ladies. No one in real life is model thin. So, it might have looked great on the model, and then you try it on and it doesn't look so great. Remember that you can do alterations to dresses. So ask the consultant that you're working with, is there something that we can do to kind of make this work? This is the dress that I really do love. But also being open to the fact that that vision might have to go out the door. Secondly, can you move in this dress? I have seen many a times where the dress just swallows the bride, and she's kind of tripping on it all day. Make sure that you can move into this dress, and especially at your final fitting, again, making sure that you can move in the dress, that you feel comfortable. This is not supposed to annoy you all day. This is supposed to be a dress that makes you feel comfortable and beautiful, and sexy, if you will. So you don't want to feel uncomfortable all day. Going back to the consultants, listen to them. If they have an opinion, listen to the consultants. They do this for a living. You are not the only bride that's walking into their shop. Shocker, I know. But they know what they're doing. They know when a certain bride or certain body type walks in, they know the style of dress that's gonna look amazing on you. So be open to their suggestions. Again, you might have this certain vision, but again, what is reality? The reality is that panini see-through dress might not be the best option for you. Even with alterations, it's just not gonna work. So listen to the consultants when they are giving their input and advice, because they really do know what they're doing. They're fitting, hundreds and hundreds of brides each year. So they know the flexibility of what they can do with a dress, but also what's gonna look good on you. So I recommend when you're first going in, kind of just giving them a couple key words. Like I just said before, you want to feel sexy, you want to feel beautiful, you want to feel like a princess. Giving them a few key words, and then they can kind of take it from there, especially if you don't have an idea of what you're looking for. Really relying on the consultants to do their job. They're going to find the dress for you, and they really do know body types. It's ridiculous. I've had to fit models for wedding dresses for fashion shows, and just sitting in there and going in and just listening to the consultants' input. It's really amazing to kind of get their knowledge, if you will. The last thing I'm going to talk about is your final fitting. You want to do this about 2 to 3 weeks before the actual wedding. Again, because especially if you are someone who is dieting before the wedding and you're dropping weight, you want to make sure that day of the dress is going to fit like a glove. So you want to do this as close to the wedding as possible, but also, again, being realistic and giving them enough time to make those alterations. So about 2 to 3 weeks, you should be having your final fitting, to make sure that any last minute weight that you dropped isn't affecting the fit of the dress. So I always trick you guys. I said that was going to be the last thing I was going to talk about. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about. Especially right now, in a time when we are in quarantine and, things are limited to when things are coming in, shipping, all of that stuff. I always recommend shopping local. Go to those local bridal shops because 1, they have more control of their inventory. 2, you're gonna get a more personalized experience. You're gonna walk in there with, the group of people that you've chosen to go with you, and they make it an experience for you. Some of the big box brick and mortars, I won't mention any names, but you're not getting the same experience. You're not getting the quality that you deserve. This is your wedding, and regardless of how much you're paying for your wedding dress, it should still come in as, expected. It should still look amazing on you. This is your wedding, it's your special day. So I always recommend going to the local bridal shops over the large brick and mortars, again, because they have more control over their product, but also I feel like you're gonna get a better experience, just my personal opinion. And they still do have dresses in your price point. I feel like that's kind of a stigma, that when you see those small bridal boutiques, you feel like you're getting overcharged. That's not the case. You're just getting, a better experience for the whole, for one of the most important things for your wedding. So again, guys, make sure you come back and see me next week. That's all I have. I'm sure I will touch base again on wedding dresses at some point in the future, just because this is a huge topic, but I didn't want to kill you guys with time today. So again, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button and the bell button so you guys get notifications every time I post. And I am going to surprise you guys maybe this week with another video. I feel like once a week just isn't enough. Yeah, maybe. If you guys think that too, also leave comments, recommendations, questions. I answer all of the comments that you guys leave, and you can leave them on any platform, my Instagram, Facebook, whatever you guys are watching this on, and I will definitely get back to you. All right, so I will see you maybe sooner than next week. Who knows? All right, talk to you then.